My name is Gloria Bogan, reporter for P News, the most trusted news on the internet, and this is Henry Ford, an American industrialist that changed the American transportation. Now, Henry, this is an honor to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
So, Henry, how was your company so successful, and were there mistakes along the way?
Well, when I was a child, I was making a steam engine, when I was 10 years old. And it blew up and started a fire that burnt down part of my school's fence. So when I was older, I remembered that the steam engine had a chance of blowing up. So I changed my steam engine to an industrial combustion engine. In that way, it would be more efficient. I wasn't the first person to build the car, but I got the idea from an engineer named Raiden. And he told me how it worked. Then, when I made the quadricycle, my first car, I knew I could make it better. And I produced the Model T. But we still had a problem. The Henry Ford Company didn't know how to mass produce the Model T. But using an assembly line makes the Model T more affordable and making me one of the richest people in the 1920s.
I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but that was very revolutionary for the 1920s. So, Henry, why did you want to leave the farm to work in factories?
Well, I left my farm in pursuit of becoming an engineer back home because I was fascinated with the horseless vehicle made by my friend Raiden. But I also wanted to go back to my dad's farm because I knew I was close to my dream. And I experimented on his farm machinery, like tractors, because tractors are kind of like cars, but for farming. Finally, my dad wanted me to be a farmer, but I chose to continue working on my automobile and try to make it change to human transportation.
That was very impressive and risky if it didn't work out. Henry, how did you come up with the idea of Model T?
Well, as you know, I was into the horseless carriage, but I wasn't the first one to come up with the horseless carriage. But I wanted to be the one who made people travel faster and make it more affordable for the middle class. I was also inspired by Raiden, who was an engineer and made the horseless carriage with the steam engine, and I wanted to know how it worked. Lastly, I made an automobile called the quadricycle, which was the first car I made and sold it for $200. And the prototype gave me the idea of the internal combustion engine used for the Model T.
It seems like you achieved your goal of making the Model T affordable and a horseless carriage. Henry, who inspired you to keep working on your dream?
Well, Raiden was the one who really inspired me to keep wondering about how the horseless carriage works, and really pushed me to the man I am today. I also met Thomas Edison, and he also told me the horseless carriage idea was amazing, and that really pushed me to be who I am today. But I also think I inspired myself because I became so curious with the horseless carriage. It became my life goal to produce an automobile that almost everybody could afford.
Wow, I guess dreams really do come true. Why did you lower the price on the Model T?
Well, I wanted America to know that my Model T was affordable for the working class. So when I came up with the idea of the assembly line for the horseless carriage, I knew that the Ford Motor Company was on a breakthrough. This idea made it so I could produce cars about 9 times faster than normal. It became less expensive to build the cars and making it affordable for the average American.
I guess the Model T was popular. Henry, how did it feel standing next to the 10th million Model T sold and the quadricycle?
I felt really proud because I went through a lot to get to this moment. I love the people I love that people adored my ideas for the gasoline-powered engine and kept me really trying to reach my goal of manufacturing a horseless carriage. So when I was done building the quadricycle, which was in its very own challenge, but I really felt truly accomplished, and I felt like I changed so many people's lives that day.
I'm very inspired, Henry. Henry, what would you do if you weren't interested in the horseless carriage?
I don't know. I'd probably work in a factory because I'd still have my mechanical genius and probably spend more time with my wife, Clara. But if I didn't have my mechanical genius, then I'd probably work on my father's farm, even though I wouldn't like it. So I would really live a normal life when someone else would probably succeed doing my dream.
Luckily, you continue working on your dream. Henry, why did you raise your workers' pay?
I increased the pay by double the original wage because I wanted them to stay loyal to the company. By increasing the wage, the consumers would be more inclined to purchase my cars over my other competitors. In doing so, the workers would be more loyal to me and also would be treated fairly.
Henry, thank you for coming on the show. See you all next week on Pew News.
Wait a minute, is it April 7th, 1947?
Yes?
That's it for Pew News. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Smash like, check out the merch, and I'll see you guys next time. Gloria Borger out. Borga Borga Boo.